Today's episode of The Sit Down with Scott Dion Brown is brought to you by Jeanette McKenzie, Realtor at Forest Hill Signature, Jewelry Forever at jewelryforever.ca, and Beautified by Romina. Enjoy the show.
Broadcasting live from Glenmore Record Studios in Toronto, this is The Sit Down with Scott Dion Brown, your Sunday morning talk show with interesting guests, live musical performances, and the most fun you can fit in your coffee cup. Hosted by Scott Dion Brown and Regine Alaina, this is The Sit Down with Scott Dion Brown.
When last we met, I was but a learner. Now I am the master.
Our camera.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to episode 314.
Yes.
314 of The Sit Down with Scott Dion Brown and Regine Alaina. And it is May the 4th. It's actually not for us. We're pre-taping this. But it's May the 4th for you. And we're celebrating early Star Wars Day, baby. I am your host, the one, the only, Scott Dion Brown.
Oh my gosh. This is why I'm staying back.
I'm your host, the one, the only, Scott Dion Brown, joined as always by the greatest co-host in all the galaxy, the one, the only,
Regine Alaina. Oh, Regine Alaina. Happy Sunday. I do not celebrate May 4th.
do too.
It's usually my birthday weekend, so...
Happy birthday. And
Thank you.
May the force be with you.
Thanks. And of course, you saw him at the top. We have a special guest. Not at the top, but you saw him battling Scott.
Yep.
So we'll bring him on right away.
A warrior. A Jedi, if you will. And also a fantastic musician, friend of the show. He's been on before, and he's back. His new single just came out 2 days ago. It actually, for us, hasn't come out yet, but you're watching this on May 4th. It came out on May 2nd, so make sure you've added it to all of your playlists and stuff. But everybody, please welcome Bailey Jordan Neal. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. I thought you were going to bring out the lightsaber again.
Listen, it's on hand.
Let's do this.
I'm always ready.
Why isn't mine? No, I don't want that.
You taught me how to use this thing.
I know, what did I do?
There
you go.
you
Oh, but the
go.
sound is off. Oh, whatever. See,
The
these are,
effects are still there.
I should say, like, it's kind of, this isn't sponsored, but I have done some sponsored stuff for these guys in the past. These are SaberMasters lightsabers, so they're actually made for dueling.
They're pretty great.
So they're like sturdy, and you can smack really hard with them.
I need the helmet that is behind Bailey right now.
You're watching the protection you need.
My goodness. But anyways,
yes.
Welcome back, Bailey.
Welcome back.
That was perfect.
Thanks for having me back.
So, you were a Star Wars fan when you were when you were a kid?
Oh, for sure. Like when I was a kid, like this helmet here that's behind me, like if you could see that.
Mm-hmm.
Like I got this for Easter one year, like when I was like 8 or 9. Whenever Revenge of the Sith came out.
Oh yeah.
That was the shit. Like that was the one that my dad took me to see that in the theater, and I was like into it.
Oh, wow.
It's a fantastic time.
I mean, for our viewers, you should have seen Bailey's face light up when he was handed. Actually, no. When we were setting up, he saw the lightsabers and he like picked one up and was like, "Ooh."
So this was your first time igniting one of this style of lightsaber?
Yeah, no. The last time I had my own lightsaber, it was. Do you remember the Force action lightsabers? There, you click the button and they would spring out.
Yeah,
and
like they're
up.
like the plastic. It was like they're made out of like a whole bunch of tubes, right? Like individual tubes.
Yep.
Yes.
That was the last time I had my own lightsaber.
Yeah, they've these lightsabers today. I feel like they're literally like made by people who are like, these are the lightsabers that we wanted when we were kids.
100%.
Yeah.
And now that you have adult money, those people made it.
Yes.
And they charge adult money for it.
Correct.
Exactly. Because they know. They're like, all these Star Wars adults want
They're
this.
like, I'm 40 and I would pay this much.
Exactly.
So.
Exactly.
Yeah, you can spend, because you can buy ones now that are like these ones, the SaberMasters ones, these are kind of in terms of price, they're quite low. But you can buy ones that are like made to look like the replica of like Darth Vader's from the movie or whatever, and those ones like they can get really expensive.
Yeah, these ones are like, we want you to play with them. We want you to
release your inner child.
Which is what I liked about them, actually, for that reason. Oh, there we go. I mean, what I love is that it's like, it's sensitive to the motion of your hands.
Yeah.
As you're going like this.
Yeah, it feels like it has weight to it.
Okay, be mindful of your surroundings, Scott.
I'm a Jedi, I'm always very mindful. And then when you hit.
It's like when you hit the other one, it also, oh my god.
Yeah, they light up.
And they attack each other. Here we go again.
Do it.
I feel like our whole episode, you two are just going to be battling each other.
I'd be okay with that.
It is. It really is awesome. Like, it's such a good toy. It's such a good toy.
Oh my goodness.
Did you watch the sequel trilogy? Did you watch?
I did.
Yeah. Thoughts?
I mean, they were entertaining. They don't feel the same. They don't really do much. Like, they tried to. You know what I mean? Like, it was just like.
Yeah.
And you hear about the stuff that happened behind the scenes, and it makes sense. It's like, they don't feel like a trilogy. It's like.
You're right. Yeah, because they're, in a lot of ways, they aren't. You're right, because they weren't. I mean, we've talked about this before, but you know.
He hasn't talked about it yet,
But
so go for it.
But I just look at it. It's kind of almost like a missed opportunity.
Yeah.
Because, I think what people wanted was kind of the Lord of the Rings treatment. We're like, okay, we're gonna approach this with care and love, and we're gonna make you create this epic story. Mm-hmm. And it sounds like they did not plan what the next episode was going to be when they were making the first one. So it was like they started things off, and then I don't know, just for me that sounds like a crazy way to do it.
Well, like, even the directors were quarreling, you know what I mean? Like, to the point where it's like, now, don't quote me on any of this, because like, I'm not really into it anymore. It's been years since I like looked into this stuff.
I don't know.
But one of the directors like had beef with each other, and so it was like when the director for the second movie was doing the script and the screenplay and stuff, they were like, we're not doing this, we're just not following up on this theme, we're not gonna, and then like completely took it and flipped it on its head.
Yes.
Essentially. And then the third movie was just trying to salvage what they could.
You know what it is? It's a trilogy that fights with itself. Because you're right. Because I liked the first movie.
Yeah,
When
it was fun.
Out, yeah, I thought it was like, it planted enough seeds that I was like, oh, where's this going to go? Where are we going to go? And then the second movie came out, and they were like, all of those things you thought were going to happen in the first movie, all of them, we're just going to throw them out the window.
Yeah.
And then because the second movie got such a negative reaction, it's like the third movie, they were trying to undo the second movie. Mm-hmm. And it's like, it's like this.
What a waste of money.
They shouldn't be fighting with each other. It shouldn't be fighting, right? I know. Anyways.
You know what I realized? You have so much on the table that our viewers can't see it.
Oh, okay. Well, here. So these are some of these are toys that similar to the Vader helmet. The same era, kind of when the Star Wars special editions and the prequel trilogy were coming out. So we've got this beautiful chicken walker. And look at this. I can switch this. So it's in stand mode right now, but I can switch this over to walk mode. Oh, that's not supposed to happen. But, okay, look at this.
Question: how old are these toys? Or
early 2000s, I guess, when they would have come out. Pew 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 pew. Right, so then I can put them back in stand mode when I want them to just stand.
Wow, see, adult money now, eh?
Yeah.
Now we've got this guy. Now this guy usually has a Jawa sitting on his back. So you got this little string here, and the Jawa's holding it. And then when you make him like move, see his neck moves, and it's supposed to like cause the Jawa to fall, like in the special editions, and the Jawa's swinging. That happens in episode.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's that. We've got Jabba here. Oh, 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 oh. And then if you move his tail, if you move his upper body, his tail moves. So you can kind of make him walk. Oh, 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 oh. He doesn't make that noise. I made that noise just now.
I'm telling you.
Anyways,
adult money.
we got some
Buy
good
whatever
stuff here.
you want.
One thing I have noticed actually is like, if I'm at GameStop or like a toy store or something, action figures have gotten very
They're
expensive.
They're
like
For decent ones, yeah. Unless you want like a piece of plastic that has like a slide of paint on it.
Yes.
It's like,
in fact, that's the other thing. It's that
Yeah.
I've noticed. You're right. Like the action figures have not really gotten better quality at that size like since ever. It's like almost like
They've gotten worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're selling cheap plastic to kids.
Yep.
That is essentially garbage. When I was a kid, like you go to the store, I remember I think it was when like Sam Raimi Spider-Man 3 came out.
Okay.
The action figures they had for that, they were like highly posable, very detailed. They were like this big. Like they made them a bit smaller so it was less plastic, but they were very detailed, very posable, articulated, like you could like pose them and all this kind of stuff.
Yep.
If you want to get an action figure the same size with that level of detail and posability, you're going to pay like $30-$40. They were like $6-7 when I was a kid.
Yep.
And it's like, and it's because they know that like people who grew up with high quality action figures, like they're going to see that cheap stuff and be like, this is garbage. Like I'm not going to buy that for myself or my kids, or like collectors are not interested in it. They're going to want the expensive stuff. And
yes,
it's just inflation, I guess, but
it's very sad. Because yeah, that's right. When I used to, because I always like that size, like the figures that fit these toys.
yeah.
Right. I probably got a few of them kicking around here, but most of them are at my place. But they were like roughly about $7, and then I remember for a while they were like $9.99.
Yeah.
But still, okay, fine, that's the price. But now for that size, yeah, they're either really not nearly as good quality, and I noticed now they're selling.
How much was this?
Well, these are pretty old too, but these are larger. These are a larger size one, and these are pretty detailed. I can't remember what company made these.
Those look more
very
like
detailed.
statues almost.
Yeah, they're not super posable. Like the legs barely move. Like it rotates.
Okay,
here.
what about that C-3PO over there?
Yeah, that's one of the action figures. Yeah, this is.
Oh, here we go. Okay, we just need two. We just
These two are ones that came out, around that same era, the early 2000s.
These are older. These are older than the ones I would have had.
These would have come out. These came out when the special edition Star Wars came out. So it would have been right before the
remake.
prequels.
Okay, yeah, you're so right. Yeah.
Yeah. So like same amount of quality, like same company that made them, but like you get figures now, they're not any better than this, and you'd think that they would be.
Almost worse than this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like after this era is when they started coming out with like really high quality figurines that were about this size, but they were posable, they were detailed. And then after that, now they're like, they don't move, they're stiff. Like I see them in stores and I'm just like,
it's not the same.
like I wouldn't want this. Like I'm sure if you're like a 6-year-old, you probably don't notice or care. But like if I was 10, 11 years old and I went to see Spider-Man and wanted to go buy an action figure, I wouldn't want some of the stuff they're selling now. It's just like...
And the design with these is cool. Like, for example, with R2, so one thing they did here is they made... this is like a clear blue plastic in the top, so that when light shines into it, you can see like it lights up the little eye.
Oh, that's
so
cool.
Like if you can see a light, so that's why if I were to put my finger over this, you'll see it gets dark.
Okay, yeah.
See? Yeah, there you go. Yeah, you can see that on camera. Like just a cool little, so it like looks like it's lit up. Just a nice design. And look, his leg comes out here. See his third leg there?
He has a third leg.
Yeah, that's how he rolls. He goes. So when he's standing still, this leg goes up, and then he kind of just stands like this. And then when he wants to roll around, this comes out, and then he can.
It's function. Okay.
Exactly.
Have you watched any of the new Star Wars shows? Have those interested you at all?
The Mandalorian was obviously really, really good. I liked Ahsoka. I found that one really entertaining. I really liked seeing Hayden Christensen and Hugh McGregor and Obi-Wan.
Yes. Back together again. That was pretty amazing.
That was cool. I hope if they do more with that, I hope they explore more of the before the the Clone Wars era.
Yes.
Sort of thing. I think that would be really cool. Just because they can de-age them and dress them up and let them go nuts. You know what I mean?
I think people, especially the Clone Wars fans in that era, like I think people would love to see like just Hayden do a whole, like they could watch Hayden run around in that era forever.
And that is kind of also what would get, I think, kids and younger audiences back on board with Star Wars, because like with some of the stuff they're doing now, it's like, especially even with the prequel trilogy, it's like very like diplomatic. Like you're watching a lot of just a lot of conversations and a lot of like negotiations, when it's like we want to see people doing backflips and fighting with lightsabers. You know what I mean? Like Revenge of the Sith, in my opinion, that's my favorite Star Wars movie to rewatch. I don't think it's the most important. I don't think it's like any of that, but in terms of like action, in terms of Star Wars action, like those are the fight scenes I want to watch. Those are the battles and the because it's just so entertaining.
Especially lightsaber fights have never looked better than in that prequel trilogy. They
I
didn't look
agree.
as good as that in the original trilogy. They kind of did a different thing, but like seeing kind of that was supposed to be the Jedi in like their peak age with the speed, but like now all of the Star Wars shows, they've just not been able to match that level of. I don't know if they did more training. I don't know what it is.
I would hope it's intentional. Almost. Maybe it's to show that Obi-Wan and Anakin at their peak
Yeah.
were the peak. You know what I mean? And so it's like until we get that again, we're not going to get that level of action.
Yeah.
Because like that Mustafar battle was literally just like I watched that a million times as a child and relived it with my friends a million times as a child because it was so impressionable.
Yeah.
Like you're not going to get that from
You were my brother, Anakin.
exactly.
Amazing. I know. I do want to see some of that again, like just, or even like episode 1, that Darth Maul fight.
Yeah.
Because like, but Darth, like that guy was such a like. He wasn't even almost I guess he's not really fully. He was mostly a stunt guy, if I recall.
Yeah. And I think they've had him back several times. I'm not totally sure.
Yeah, and I've seen him at conventions and stuff. Like he'll pull out his he'll do like the he can still do all the things.
course.
Like, so he was just I don't know the speed and the it was just amazing to watch. You haven't watched the prequels, right? No. Special time, Regine. Special time.
Like, just sit in here. I'm used to it.
Yeah. At this time, as of you guys watching this, but before us, so Andor is coming out this week for us.
Oh, yeah, you're watching it.
I'm
on
very
Thursday.
excited. Yeah, I'm going to be watching it because I don't know if did you watch Andor by chance?
No.
So Andor takes place. Did you see Rogue One? The movie.
I
Rogue
did.
One?
I saw Rogue
Did you
One.
like it?
I did.
Yeah.
I really liked Rogue One.
So Andor is the cast basically of Rogue One. It takes place before Rogue One, leading up to Rogue One.
Very cool.
And in my opinion, it's the best Star Wars that Disney has done.
Oh, cool.
It's-
Okay.
Yeah, I would almost say like it's not even it almost feels like it's not a Star Wars show. It feels just like a great dramatic kind of like World War II era show about like a rebellion.
Fun. Yeah.
And
yeah.
it was just the acting is really good. It's not really for kids at all, really. It's much more serious, kind of dark, and just
The Star Wars adults.
But season 1 was super awesome, and season 2 is coming out this week. And now, so I'm positive, even though you guys are watching this before I've watched it, I'm sure I've loved it. And wow, what a great show! Am I right, guys? Because I think so.
Because you guys are watching that this Thursday.
Yeah. It comes out on Tuesday, but we're gonna watch it on Thursday.
My
We're gonna have a
husband
little watch
watches
party.
it with them.
Yeah.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
They try to get me to join them.
You gonna come? You gonna come?
No.
You just refused to take part.
I sat here and watched whatever show that was, and I was on my phone the whole time.
Oh yeah, that's right. We watched one episode of
It's just not.
what's the one that just
for
came out? The
me.
kind of kids oriented one.
It's the
Skeleton Crew.
What's the lead in that? What's his name?
Who is it?
I wasn't watching it.
Is it Jude Law?
Yes,
Law.
it's Jude Law. It's Jude Law. I haven't seen that yet, but because Jude Law is in it, I'm very tempted to.
You know what? It's fun. It's
Yeah.
like it's not super consequential.
But it's him. It's him and a bunch of kids, right?
Yes. It's literally. I don't know if you've seen the Goonies.
Real. Okay, that
Yeah.
makes sense.
It's basically like in fact, I think that's what they were going for because it feels like it's almost like the same thing. It's like it's the Goonies in the Star Wars universe. It's
Fun.
like kids going
Sold.
on a fun adventure.
I might really enjoy that.
Yeah.
There you
I'll
go.
check that out.
We liked it. Like I said, it's light. You know, it's not. You don't really need to follow it to know like the rest of the whole Star Wars universe, because like the kids are kind of discovering it as well. Because like the kids they're in the Star Wars universe, but the planet they're on is kind of a bit isolated.
Okay, so they don't know
So
anything
they don't know about
it.
all the extra stuff. So it's kind of it's just pretty fun. It's pretty cool. I would recommend it. It's good. It's light watching.
Cool.
There you go. But anyways,
Good Star Wars talk.
I was
yeah.
gonna say the reason why you're
didn't just bring you here for that.
is not for Star Wars. We
I
didn't
mean,
even know
we
you
love
were
Star
into
Wars.
Star Wars until you got here.
I haven't been in a long time, but I might go watch Star Wars after this. I'm gonna be honest.
He's like,
There you go.
Igniting the lightsaber like awakened something.
Yeah,
in you.
yeah.
The force has awakened.
Yeah, I'm 11 years old again.
There you go.
There you
It's
go.
happened.
Love it.
But the real reason why you're here
Yep.
is because, as Scott mentioned at the top of the show, 2 days ago you had a new single release.
Yes. 2 days ago, as of the release of this video,
Yes.
I will have dropped a single. It's called Now We Know, And I played it the last time I was here as well. At the time, it had not been recorded yet. I spent last summer recording a bunch of music, which I'll be putting out over the summer. This is the first single from that, and yeah, I hope the release goes well. I hope you guys enjoy it.
I mean, I enjoy it.
I'm sure it will. It went very well. Andor was great, and this release has gone very well.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
No, I like it. I mean, okay, so you mentioned you performed it on our show before it was even a single.
A world exclusive.
So why did you play it then?
This was actually the first song that I on this project that I had finished, and I wrote it maybe 3 years ago, like in my ex-girlfriend's bathroom. Like she was asleep in the next room, and I was like crying with my guitar, and like it was like shortly before like we broke up and I moved out, and like it was like, so I've been sitting on this song for a long time, and it's one of those songs where it's like, I'm not really in that place anymore.
I was going to say.
Right? Like, I don't feel that way about the relationship. I'm like, for the most part, the meaning behind the song has kind of lost its, like, potency, but it still feels good to play. I still enjoy playing it, and I've always enjoyed playing it. And it's one of those songs where it's like, people are like, oh, well, play us one of your songs. I go, well, do you want to dance or do you want to just, like, listen to a nice song? And if they want to listen to a song, that's the one that I'll play. Because it's like, if you're looking for like an upbeat pop song, I can play a couple of my other ones. But it's like, in terms of like a acoustic sort of songwriter, sort of sit and listen to the lyrics and the story, like that's one of my favorite ones to play. Because it sits really comfortably for me. You know what I mean? It's enjoyable and easy. Which is like, as a musician, I think you could understand this, Scott. It's like walking that line between enjoyable and easy is difficult because things start to get boring after a while. And why this song? It doesn't seem to get old as a song to me.
It's a nice song.
It's a very nice song, and I didn't realize that. So it really was like raw emotion. You were writing it in the moment, going through that experience.
Well, those tend to be the best songs anyway.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Should we hear it?
Should we hear it?
I mean, absolutely.
Can you perform it for us?
Sure.
Awesome.
All right. So what we'll do is what we'll do is we'll have you perform the song, and then we'll do the ad break, and then we'll have more with Bailey on the other side of that. So if you want, you can make your way over to the performance area, and then we'll when you're ready, we'll take care of that. But Star Wars, Regine.
Yay.
I am very happy though that
We actually did a May 4th Be With You.
yeah, but also like that Bailey, like he got to experience like a lightsaber for the first time.
That he is a Star Wars
Yeah, I love it.
fanatic who is healing his inner child on our very show.
Incredible thing. It's an incredible thing. All right, he's got his guitar. He's pretty much ready to go. All right, everybody. So this song just released now. It's on like Spotify and stuff. So
Yes,
add
he
it to
said
your
yes.
add it to your Spotify playlists.
And if you haven't followed him already on Spotify, you should.
Yes, you should do that. You should
You
do that.
should.
And everybody, please enjoy this live performance from Bailey Jordan Neal. Take it away.
I don't wanna tell you I'm leaving, but I can't stay. I don't wanna tell you it's over, but it's better this way. You know I'll always be there if you fall, but you don't need me, and you'll see that when I'm gone. So don't let this break your heart, 'cause we both knew this was doomed from the start. And we didn't know how far this would go. Well, now we know. Now we know. alone. But maybe we've gotta do this on our own. You're better off without me, wait, and you'll see. I just need you to let me set you free. So don't let this break your heart, 'cause we both knew this was doomed from the start. We didn't know how far this would go. Now we know. Now we know. Now we know. So don't let this break your heart, 'cause we both knew this was doomed from the start. And we didn't know how far this would go. Now we know. Now we know.
That was Now We Know, live from Bailey Jordan Neal. And that
Obsessed.
song set just came out 2 days ago. Get on Spotify, get on Apple Music, add it to your playlist.
Yes.
Hey, maybe you can post some TikToks and some Instagram posts with that song as the
Ooh.
background, huh?
I'd do that.
Huh? Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, today's episode of The Sit Down with Scott, Dion Brown, and Regine Alaina is brought to you by the following fantastic advertisers. So let's meet them, shall we? The Toronto real estate market is growing and changing every day. In these challenging times, you need someone in your corner. Jeanette McKenzie, Realtor at Forest Hill Signature, is committed to looking out for you. She'll go the extra mile to ensure you have all the information you need to make a decision you can feel confident about. Purchasing a home is one of the biggest financial investments you'll make in life. Don't leave it to chance. Call Jeanette McKenzie at Forest Hill Signature. She's my realtor, that's right. She's actually helping me right now, making some new moves in real estate. She's helping me right now. She's my realtor, and she could be yours. Call today at 416-523-0408 or email at JMckenziehomes at gmail.com. Jewelry forever. Conveniently located at CF Markville Shopping Center on 5000 Highway 7 East Markham. They do custom-made jewelry, repairs, and they change watch batteries, all done on site. Jerry at Jewelry Forever, what an incredible artist. He can make something custom for you. Do you have a vision for something you'd like to be made? Custom jewelry, custom rings, whatever you need. He can also repair things that get damaged. On TikTok, I saw him repair a ring that got crushed flat by a car.
Ooh.
He made it round and it went on a finger once again. Incredible. And we have an amazing deal worked out with them, don't we, Regine?
Yes, we do. If you go in and let them know Scott and Regine sent you, you'll get 15% off your entire purchase.
That's right, 15% off, 15%. Mention the show.
Right before Mother's Day, you still got time. It's just around the corner.
You still got time. Get over there, get something special for that special mother in your life.
Yeah, and my birthday just passed, so if y'all want to get me something nice, 15% off.
Get on over there. Tell them Scott and Regine sent you. Also follow them on Instagram and TikTok. Get a lot of really cool behind-the-scenes insights into the world of jewelry making and cleaning and all that business. And find out more at jewelryforever.ca. Beautified by Romina.
Internationally trained hair and makeup artist. She is the official makeup artist of The Sit Down. Not only does she do our hair and makeup when we do live events, whether it be emceeing or performing, but she also does pageants, weddings, engagements, short films.
Really anything and everything you need when you need to get beautified.
Yes, reach out to her on Instagram and Facebook at Beautified by Romina.
And if you'd like to advertise on the show, it's very easy, right, Regine?
It's simple. All you have to do is email us at radioshowad, that's radioshowad@gmail.com.
That's right. We do the show live every week. And even when it's not live, well, we still do the ads live at the same time as we're doing the show. So what's that mean? It means you can personalize them week to week.
Yep.
Do you have an event, a sale, something happening at a particular time in a particular place? You let us know. We let your potential client base know in real time. It's a great way to build a brand new relationship with a brand new audience. Get in touch. Radio Show Ad, radioshowad@gmail.com. And we're back, everyone.
Back again. Bailey, we'll pass it on to you. Ooh. Yikes.
Yeah. It is Star Wars Day, everybody.
Do it.
May the 4th be with you all.
Do it.
Yes. Add, now we know to your Spotify playlist.
Do it. That was honestly so good, Bailey.
Yes, fantastic song.
Thank you.
I've been a fan of yours since you've been on our show. We just haven't been able to make it out to any of your gigs, but
Don't even worry about it.
you got a lot of gigs coming up.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's kind of my full-time gig, so if I'm not doing like cover gigs in bars, then I'm doing original shows for my music. So they kind of pay for each other in a way.
And
Fantastic.
you are touring a certain province in May.
I'm going home. I'm going back to Newfoundland. So I'm essentially I'm gonna drop the single, and then head out. You know,
Single's
so
been dropped. Now you're
Yes.
heading out.
Yeah.
I'm leaving on the 8th, and then I'll be back on the 28th. So I'm taking 20 days. I'm gonna go from Corner Brook to St. John's and then back,
Fun.
and then I'll be back in Toronto for most of June at least, and then I'm gonna put another single out and
And you'll be back on the show.
plan
Awesome.
from there. Yeah.
I love that. Okay, but first off, speaking of St. John's, so the last time you were on, I had mentioned that I was going to St. John's
Yes.
later that summer.
How was that?
And you had given me a whole list, and I still have that list on my phone. It was so fun. It was so fun. Thank you for all those recommendations.
Of course.
I actually brought a bunch of snacks home from Newfoundland, and we had a little
did.
mukbang on our show and
Yes.
tried. What did I get? I got snowballs. What else did I bring?
I'm trying to remember what we ate. Yeah. They were a lot of yummy things, though.
I brought.
There was some kind of chocolate. Wasn't there like a chocolate that had like a fruit type?
Oh, I had chocolates with screech in them.
Okay.
I brought pineapple crush. A bunch of stuff that I was told was only from Newfoundland, and I brought it here. We had a whole episode. It was fun.
It was tasty. I mean, I like food episodes in general.
And my father-in-law bought me spoons.
Okay. Yes.
I
have some
can't
spoons at
play 'em,
home.
play them, but Scott figured it out right away. So
Yeah, you know, because Regine, when you were listing all the things you brought, you looked a little. He looked a little confused. Sorry, are you sure we got like you weren't that familiar with these things that we were eating?
I mean, snowballs. I didn't know that they
Snowballs
were.
are good.
I didn't know that they were exclusively like a Newfoundland thing.
I had never seen them before.
they're yummy.
Okay, fair.
They were good. They were
The
good.
coconut ones.
Yeah. You know what? Actually, that probably happens though is that like
You don't realize that it's
yeah,
only
so, like-
in Newfoundland or only from
Yeah.
a certain place. And
yeah,
then
you're just like no, I just I've always eaten.
it's like a
those.
coffee crisp. I didn't know coffee crisp was only from Canada. And then you go to the States and you talk about it like, what the hell is a coffee crisp?
True.
I didn't know that either.
Ketchup chips, same thing.
Yeah, that's right. I've got cousins in the U.S. that every time they come here, they bring like they just stockpile a bunch of ketchup chips and bring it back with them.
Okay, yeah, fair. Ketchup chips are good. They're worth stockpiling for sure.
You know what I loved in Newfoundland, and this is something that I can never find here and probably will never find here, is fixins on your fries.
I don't know what that is.
So it's literally okay. So we went to a pub. Like our Uber driver's like,
I'm
you
gonna be
need,
in trouble.
you need to go. Okay, when you go to St. John's, go to the Duke of Duckworth.
Okay.
Go to the Duke of Duckworth and get their. Do you like fish and chips? Get their fish and chips, and on your fries, get gravy and fixins. It's literally stuffing, essentially,
Okay.
on top of your fries with the gravy.
Like chicken, turkey stuffing type of thing.
Like the breading of the stuffing
Oh.
with it was we went twice because we're like, we found it, and then right before we left, we're like, we need to get another fixin'. And
Yeah, that makes sense.
it was so good.
Okay, so I've had that. I've never heard it called that though. Like I've had it at home. Like, yeah.
See, things that you think are just normal to you were like fascinating.
It's gravy
to me.
and stuffing on fries and.
But it's so
fish,
good.
you know?
It's
But
not that
so
common.
good.
I've never been to a place that had that before, so yeah, I guess maybe it is
Fair.
a unique thing.
No, fair. It's just the terminology and stuff that I'm.
Well, it was in St. John's,
Yes.
so maybe it's different in Corner Brook.
Maybe.
But it was
Regional
good.
type thing.
It was delicious. Like, I came home and I was like, I want fish and chips. It was not the same.
No.
No.
No, it's not gonna be.
No.
And you know what? I would say, like, if somebody said to me, okay, I'm going to Toronto, what's like a real Toronto thing that I should do? I would be very like, I don't know.
Since you are not freshly coming from to Toronto, what would you say is like a Toronto?
Oh gosh, I'm definitely not the guy for this. But I would say like I don't know, places like Poor Boy in the Green Room, like where it's like well priced, really good food. That's like, and I say really good as in like for bar food. You know what I mean? Like you can go and you can sit with like 10 friends and everybody can get some food and drinks, and like do that. And then apart from that, it's like everybody likes different stuff. And the thing about
That's
Toronto
true.
is you can do that.
That's true. There's so much of, yeah, that's true. There's so much of everything.
So it's like in
Yeah.
terms of the Toronto experience, I think it's like decently priced bar food, and then like if you want to do karaoke or you want to go and you want to do like
Take
you
what
know live
adventure you
jams
want.
and stuff, like there's countless stages where you can just get up and grab an instrument and play, or it's like you can go like there's like I see all kinds of things advertised. Like a lot of places are doing that live Mario Kart thing now, where they
Oh, I've
play
heard
with the
of
live
that.
Band is playing.
bands.
I've
and
seen
like,
that. I've seen
that.
videos of that. Yeah.
yeah, and like you guys
I
have
sent
like
you that.
Yes. Oh, that's
you guys
fun.
have really cool arcade bars and stuff like that. So I think the thing to do in Toronto is to just explore.
Yeah.
Just kind of like go out and see what you can find, because you will find something, you know?
Yeah. Okay. Good. That makes me feel.
But
good.
I'm a tourist. I'm not from here. So
But that's the best part
Yeah.
is getting to know what you like about the city. Because for me, I'd be like, go to the CN Tower.
And I actually think everybody. I think it's actually everybody should try to like do the tourist thing in your own city, because a lot of people don't do that
Yeah.
where they live, and they don't realize half the stuff that's actually there. Because like I don't know, in terms of cuisine, I mean, yeah, they've got every restaurant here. What's like an Ontario? Apparently, butter tarts I think are an Ontario thing. I don't know if you.
I don't think I've ever had a butter tart.
Butter tarts are. I love butter tarts. They're just delicious. They're
Like how Nanaimo bars are from Nanaimo.
Nanaimo, BC. Yeah, Nanaimo bars are from BC. But yeah, butter tarts. They're like.
Snowballs are from Newfoundland.
Yeah. How do you describe a butter tart? I don't even know how to describe it.
It's like an egg tart, but with. I actually have never had a butter tart. So
You never had a butter tart? I think they're some
I've
of the best.
seen them,
things.
but I've never.
There's almost like a you know
It's
what
like an
caramel
egg
tastes
tart.
like? Caramel.
Yeah.
It's kind of like caramel, but
It's like
not
butterscotch.
sort of. It's like creamy and like just, and then you can get them with like
You really
pecans.
aren't selling it.
I think there's some of the. It's like honestly,
I
butter
think we're
tarts
gonna
are
have to
so
do a
good.
food episode.
I think so. How about when I come back from Newfoundland, I will bring stuff that is from Newfoundland, test his knowledge,
Yeah.
and then
And I will bring butter tarts. Okay, next time you're on, I'll
Okay.
bring butter tarts.
All right.
Okay, let's
so
do
none
that.
of you eat one before that.
No.
Okay. Wow,
Okay.
that's so exciting. You guys
So
eat
yeah,
butter
let's do
tarts?
that. So I come back at the end of July. So we'll get you on, and we will.
Wonderful.
There you go.
And by then I'll have another single out.
There you
Perfect.
go.
It's all coming together.
We're all
It's
planning
coming
it
together.
live with all of you.
Um,
Okay, so you're touring in Newfoundland.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about some of the stops and where they're going to be.
So it's a lot of places I've played before, and so in sense like I'm playing in my hometown. There's these two places called Pikers and Retro Arcade Bar, and so essentially my mom's really good friends with the owners of Pikers. She like grew up, knows his last name Piker, like,
Oh.
and then at Retro Arcade Bar the owner is a woman named Connie and her husband, and I'm really close with them as well. So it's like when I book shows there, like I bring my family, I bring my friends, and we kind of just like hang out in the bar.
reunion.
Yeah, and it's like, and there's never any reservations. Like I have friends who play music too, and it's like I can always have them up to sing with me and play.
Fun.
So I'm really looking forward to that. That's more like my hometown, Corner Brook kind of stuff.
Yep.
And then out in St. John's, I have a couple other appearances. Again, they're like bars, but one of the shows I believe is ticketed. I'm still talking with the the owner of that bar to like figure that out. So they're smaller shows for sure, but it gives me the freedom to play what I want, you know, do what I want. Because at this point, I'm not selling out venues for my original music, right? So if I can do bar nights and get people to come in and then get them to listen to my music, then it helps me a lot. So that's more what this is focused on. I'm doing one show at a courthouse out near St. John's, which that is a ticketed event, and I'm hoping to get like my friends and family from that side of the island to come out and see me there. And then I'm ending the tour with the Trails, Tales, and Tunes Festival.
Ooh.
So I have 2 appearances at that festival, and that will be kind of like the end of the thing, and then I'll head home after that.
Wow.
Cool.
At least you get to travel while you're doing this.
It's amazing.
Well, the best thing about it is getting around and seeing people I haven't seen in a long time, and also getting in front of new people, you know, because that is kind of the thing where it's like not everyone's going to like your music, but nobody's going to like it if they don't hear it.
Exactly.
You know, so it's like you got to get it out, you got to get it in front of people. And that's kind of my goal for the next 6 months, now that I have the music and I'm getting it out there, is to just play it as much as possible and show it to as many people as I can to see if they like it.
You know, it's funny, when you were first on our show, and it just hit me, when you were first on our show, you were talking about how you left the island to come to Toronto, and now that you're on our show, you're leaving Toronto to go back to the island and do some music. That's so cool.
In fact, I should ask you a bit about just other musicians who might be watching. It's like, so basically you've had to put a tour together. So like when you're planning your tour, like what's involved in, like, you know, say a musician is wanting to do exactly what you're doing, get a tour together. Like, what's involved? Do you map out the route you're gonna do? Do you like, and then I guess what do you have to do? You're calling each gig and you're trying to set it up. Like, what is actually involved in, like, okay, I want to tour this part of the country or whatever. What do you do?
So I'm the worst guy to ask about this. I'm extremely unorganized. The fact that I've even gotten this far is a miracle, and I've had so much help. The main thing is booking the shows, I find, you know, because it's like you book the venues and then everything kind of has to fall around that. So you can kind of plan where you want to go, but just start booking the gigs first is what I would do. Reach out, see where you can play.
Yeah.
Because that's where I started. I started off by seeing what was available to me in terms of gigging. And then I booked out those shows. And then once I was talking to enough people, it's like, okay, we can cover this much of the flights and whatever. So it's like we're not just losing money.
That's
You know?
awesome.
So it's like once you get that sorted out, then you can kind of plan from there in terms of routing and like planning where you're going to go and that kind of stuff. So, and I mean, I've been fortunate to have like I've had a bit of help in terms of like when people found out that I was going on tour, and I mean like friends of family, where it's like it's being talked about and they're like, oh, what's Bailey doing? And it's like people have like donated a bit of money to like help us do that kind of thing, right? Because it's like the best advice that I can give anyone is advice that has been given to me from several people, and that's like just do something. You know, it's like, because if you're not doing anything, then nobody has anybody, like they can't invest their time, their money, their attention, because you're not doing anything. You can't be like, oh, I'm going to do this, so pre-save my Spotify link, or I'm going to release music, or I'm going to do a video, or I'm going to go book a show. It's like you have to do something tangible for people to get on board. So just start booking the shows, start calling venues, and just do it. Yeah.
I love that.
Make it happen. Just do it. You know what? I think.
I mean, it might not go well, but
At least
at least
you're
you'll
doing
learn
something.
something about it.
But no, you know, I think there's a lot to what you just said there. Like, I know you said you're the worst person to ask, but I think in some ways, I think you're kind of ideal for that because I think a lot of people, and not just with music, but I think a lot of things, it's like there is something to just, some people are very hesitant to get started because they might feel like they don't have like, oh, I'm not sure how to do this, or I don't know if I'm totally ready, or I don't have every step, or I'm not sure, blah, blah, blah. But there's something to be said for just, you know what, you just got to just do it. Just what do you want to do? Take a step forward and actually just do it.
Because the worst thing that could happen is you'll fail, and if you fail, you'll figure out why you failed, and then you won't do that again.
And you're kind of no worse off, right? Because you weren't doing anything anyways. Like, it's, if you don't do it, you're at the same spot as if you failed.
Yeah.
And probably worse off, actually.
Yeah, because you didn't learn anything.
Yes.
Because if you don't try, you won't get anywhere.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It kind of sounds like you, Scott.
Yeah. Well, now I'm in the process of.
You've talked about it on the show before.
Yeah, it's true. I'm trying to open my own studio space.
Okay, cool.
And I want to have I want it to be a film photography studio and also event space where I can do like little concerts and things like that. And like it's an idea I've had now for I don't know how long, 6 months, a while. And I've been kind of thinking about it. And I think what finally
You just got to do it, like Bailey said.
well, because what I also realize, right, is that there are a
All the
lot of
ages.
people. There are a lot of people doing the thing that like you want to do, who are probably way worse at it than you are,
Or way better.
or way better. But what I mean is like in the sense that like they're doing it because they just started doing it.
Yeah.
Right. And if you're always sort of sitting back going, well, how did I figured like whatever part of it I don't know how to do, you'll figure it out.
Yeah.
So now I'm kind of just like, all right, I'm just going to just find a location. I'm going to rent this space and we're just going to go.
Yeah.
Do it.
Yeah. Because even like to your point, like I've known people in my life who are 10 times more talented than I am, but they don't want to do anything with it. You know what I mean? Like I have a friend who I grew up with, and again, she's a very private person. I won't say her name or anything, but like grew up like down the road from me. Can like play anything on piano by ear, can sing anything, like has like, I mean, again, like memory is one thing. Like I was like 13, 14 years old, but like we were just hanging out in my nan's piano room playing all these songs. Like she could just sing and belt. And like, I remember when I started playing music professionally, she was like, why are you doing that? Like it didn't make sense to her. I was like, why don't you do this? And she's like, because I do it for fun. She does it because she enjoys it. She does it because she loves it, right? And it's like, so it's like to your point, like there are people worse or better or whatever, but if you don't start, you'll never get anywhere with it. Like this woman's a nurse now, you know what I mean? She just has no interest in music, even though if I had the talent she had, who knows, right? Like,
Yeah.
She would have left the island.
oh well, that's the thing. Like, but she didn't want to. She has like a baby and a husband and a life, like a whole life, and it's like that's what she decided to do.
That was her
Right?
journey.
She wanted to. That was the action she took. Right?
Yes.
So.
But yeah, if you're like, you know, a potential artist or somebody who wants to do something, you know what? Actually, there's another danger as well. It's that I think the more talented you are at something, or more specifically, the better you get at something, right? The standards for yourself get higher.
Yeah.
Right. So like I'll notice, for example, like I'll look at old recordings or listen to old stuff of me from like, I don't know, 10 years ago or something, right? And I'm like, I could never listen to that, or I could never, right? And I imagine like, if I sounded like that now and someone said, oh, so you want to go play a show? I'd be like, I can't. Oh, no, I've got to
need to
practice more.
practice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so what happens is the better you get, you like start to be more hesitant to like, no, this isn't ready yet. This can be better. This can be better. And that can be almost paralyzing, that if you let that get into your head too much, you'll never do anything.
Yep, you get too precious with your art.
Yeah.
And it's a real problem. A lot of artists fall into that trap where it's like they're not releasing stuff. They get things like demoitis, you know, where it's like you don't want to put anything out because it's not perfect.
Yes.
And you know it can be better. And it's like it can always be better. That's the thing. It will always be able to get better.
Yep.
But then if you don't finish something, you'll never put anything out. You'll never do anything.
Yes.
Like,
So how many takes or edits did it take for you to finalize your latest song?
the one that I'm releasing, I recorded it. We ran through it 3 times. I left it with the producer, and that was it.
Oh.
You know, he sent me a mix, and I liked it. There were 2 songs that I went back and forth on a couple times because there were some issues I had with the mix, and there was one of those 2 songs that I needed to re-record my vocals because I didn't like the choices I made in the studio, and I wanted to redo them. But I've kind of gotten to a point now where it's like I'm gonna write the song, record it, and put it out. You know, it's like it'll evolve over time for
course,
sure.
yeah.
Like especially playing live, like songs change. Like I've rewritten lyrics and like there are verses in songs that I sing differently now from stuff I put out in the past, and that will always be true. But if you don't finish it, if you don't put it out, if you don't do anything, then nothing will happen,
Yeah.
right? Like there's one song on this album that I don't feel like is finished, but the producer really liked it. He wanted to put it on the album, and I was like, well, we'll finish it in the studio, okay? And he was like, okay. And it's like, I still don't feel like it's finished, but he likes it. People I play it for like it.
Yeah.
And there's no point for me to keep obsessing over this song. You know, it's like, start working on the next project. That's kind of where I'm at with that stuff.
20 years from
Yeah.
now, he's going to be like, I finished it.
Yeah, no, exactly. I'll be playing a show one night, and I'll try something, and I'll be like, that's what it needed. Yeah.
And then you can release that'll be a special edition,
go.
a special
Exactly.
reissue or whatever.
And that's the thing. In 10 years, I can re-record every song I ever wrote if I want to, and it
Yes.
doesn't. And there's no point to be too precious with it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because also the
love
other thing
that.
is like like everybody, I know me personally, like when I'm writing something or making a video or anything, I've got a version that exists in my head that's like this. I can hear it,
Yeah.
right?
It's almost a feeling that you know it needs to have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How long did it take you to do every day?
I'm still not happy with that one, to be honest.
I like it.
In fact, what's funny about it is like, yeah, so I put out a song a couple of years ago now
3 years ago.
called Every Day. And it's titled Every Day in brackets acoustic because I never imagined it. I have this version in my head that's got a lot more going on. But as I was writing it, I was like, oh, maybe it should have guitar here. Maybe this verse can be piano. And like, I was never able to quite find it, but I found that when I just sit down with a guitar and play it, I kind of like that. So I've put out this acoustic version, but I kind of feel like that's just that version. But there's another version that's like still
Deluxe
swimming
version.
around that's not come out.
Absolutely.
But I agree with you in that sometimes you just gotta just
Do
put stuff
it.
out. Because the other thing, as I was saying, is that version that exists in your head, nobody else can hear that.
No, and it will never be interpreted that way.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like, I was having a conversation with my partner the other day, and she heard this from somebody she was talking to. That's like, we really only understand maximum 60% of what people are trying to communicate to us. And that's when you take in language and you take in body language and like vibe and general like energy. Like, you're only really going to be able to interpret about 60% maximum. It doesn't matter how well you know a person because you don't think the way that they do. Your brain is different, and that will always be the case. So in terms of music, in terms of trying to show somebody your vision,
Yeah.
it's like people see colors differently. What makes you think they're going to hear that note the same way you do?
That's
True.
true.
Like, it's just impossible. So just make stuff you like. As long as you like it, that's all that matters.
Just get it out there. I remember I saw like I heard a thing, Brian May from Queen. He's still like Under Pressure, the song where it's I guess
Under
David
Pressure.
Bowie and Freddie Mercury, right?
Yeah.
He still says like, "Oh man, yeah, we never got the mix right on that song." And in his mind, it's like there's a better version of Under Pressure that exists in his head that he's like, "Yeah, that song's never finished." I'm thinking that's like such an iconic song that everybody loves.
But the way he hears it, probably better than everyone else's.
Yes.
Honestly.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, there are like, I mean, there are mixes of songs that I have that I don't like. You know, where it's like I've worked with producers and stuff, and I didn't really like the direction that it took. But it's like that version of the song still deserves to exist. You know, I can re-record the song, like you said. Like, I can do another version. That
Yep.
doesn't matter. So I think at the end of the day, the more music we have, the more art we have, the better. You know?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
the key is you just got to keep producing.
Yeah.
Just keep going, and then like, because the other thing I find is a good way to think of it as well is like, you know, get it out there, do the best you can, spend as much time as you need to, but make sure you're getting stuff out, and then all the stuff that you think you should have done on this one,
Do it on the next one.
put it in the exactly. Take what you learn and put it into the next version, the next song, whatever it is, and you kind of just keep building. Look at that. Great advice. I'm glad I asked that question. It's good.
Just like the Star Wars movies, right? They just keep getting better.
Well,
We won't go there.
Oh, awkward.
yeah.
I just tried to fit in somewhere.
I'm hoping. Actually, I haven't watched any of it, but because Star Wars Celebration just happened recently, and it was in Japan. But I
Yeah.
haven't watched any of it. But apparently, it's like I don't know if are you familiar with Star Wars Celebration. It's basically
Nope.
I think it's a whole weekend of. It's basically a giant convention where all fans go to whatever city they have it, and then there's just usually like talks and like panels and things, and then they announce all of the next projects that they're going to be coming
Star
out
Wars
with.
adult money.
Yeah.
Fun.
So one day I will go. I actually
See,
do want to
Star
go one day.
Wars adult.
Can
But
you take me?
yeah, we'll go together. We'll bring our sabers. It'll be incredible. But apparently they've announced like there's going to be a Ryan Gosling. I think he's going to be starring in it. A movie called I think it's going to be called Starfighter.
Is he gonna be Ken?
No, he's going to be in the Star Wars universe.
Yeah, but he could be Ken, the Star Wars character.
Yeah, it's going to be an ultimate merging of worlds. But yeah, apparently I only saw from a very brief thing, but I think he's going to be in charge of a Star Wars movie, and then I think they're doing a Darth Maul series, but I think it's animated, like an animated series.
That makes
So
sense.
yeah, so I got to check into it more.
You should have prepared Scott for this episode.
Very cool, though.
Yeah. Anyway, there's lots coming up. So again, will Star Wars be back? Like I said, I think they kind of took a little road, but there are glimmers of really cool stuff that they do, and I'm hoping they can get back on track and
Would I bring the Star Wars stuff back up?
I could talk about Star Wars forever, to be honest.
I know I shouldn't have done that.
But shall we move to our final segment?
Sure.
So
He's
you
done it
have
already.
done this before,
Oh gosh.
but
If I don't improve, then I'll be so disappointed.
But
That's okay.
your score will never
yeah,
change.
the score you have from before, that's your high score, so you can never be worse than that.
Okay.
So we'll see if you can
can't
pass
be.
it.
You can't be worse than Luke.
Oh God. What happened?
Did he get like 1 or 2?
I think he got he's right at the bottom. Well, we'll find out. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing this week's edition of the Barrel of Monkeys World Championship.
Star Wars edition.
Star Wars edition. Somehow. Okay,
Do you
so
remember how it works?
well,
I remember.
Okay.
should we do the? Do you want
Do
Regina
you need
to
a
demo
demo or
again?
are you good?
I'm good.
He doesn't need a demo.
So
Listen.
1 minute. Yeah, 1 minute on the clock. All right.
The only difference from when you were on is now we have the.
Oh, do you not have this? Yeah. So we have this play area. So this will kind of sit in the area. Yeah. All right. Let me just make sure our cameras are all set.
Okay.
Yes, they are. Okay. So I'm gonna hand you this, and you can place it on the play area there.
Don't open it yet.
All right. So
I have ADHD. I will just
It's
go.
Okay, you're good. You're good.
1 minute on the timer.
You can
going
also
on.
move the microphone if it's in your.
Oh yeah, you can get out of the
I'm
way.
good. I'm good.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Hang on. Let me just get the timer ready.
Hands off, sir.
I can only be so good at this.
You got this. Don't worry.
We have
May the
faith in
force be
you.
with you. You know what I mean? Okay.
All right,
3,
Bailey.
2, 1, go.
All right. What's wrong about the microphone?
You're
It's okay.
fine.
I had a method last time and I can't remember what it was.
You can do
You're
this.
good. You're good.
got this.
Slow and steady.
45 seconds remaining. You just got to get that method going.
You're good. You're good. You're good.
I appreciate the support, guys.
You're It's you know what you're doing great.
You
There
want to
go,
do
there you
better?
go.
There you go. I was like, you just got to do better than Luke.
30 seconds. Use the force.
Yeah, that's easy.
You got it. You got it. You got it. You got it. You got it.
There you go. Okay, there you go.
Pick
Yeah.
that one up.
Yeah. 20
I would
seconds.
do from the other.
There you
oh,
go.
No, you're good.
Oh no, you
Grab
got it. You got it. Yeah. There you go. Boom.
Not us coaching him. You got this.
Yes, there you go.
Ooh.
Almost.
Okay, just don't drop any.
5 seconds.
Don't drop any. Ooh.
Time.
Okay, you got 1, 2,
Two.
3, 4.
4 monkeys. You know, it's okay. You know what?
Thank you. Console me, please.
You were great.
Let's take a look at the monkey standings and see where we are from last time.
Oh, so bad.
It's okay.
You know what? It was a big day today. You know, the singles out. It's Star Wars Day.
Lightsabers were distracting.
We can't have everything happen. You know what I mean?
No, I needed to break my high score.
Well, let's see. So
I'll come back, I guess.
There you go.
Looking at the monkey standings from last time, where are you? Where's his name? Do you see him?
I was near the top.
Let's
Things have
see.
changed since you've been here.
No, the scones beat me.
Where's your name? Where are you? Do you see you?
Where are you?
He's got to be here.
You've erased me.
No.
No, it's got to be here.
There, he's at 11.
You got 11 monkeys before?
I was I told you. I'm top 3, bro.
Why did you spell your name wrong?
My name is spelled wrong? Oh, I'm missing a T. Look at
Oh, so I beat the scones. Okay.
Did, but not today.
that. Wow.
All right.
We're gonna.
I didn't
leave
realize you were right
at
at the top, so
11.
you're still sitting very
I
happy.
told
at
you.
the
I'm top 3. I just having an off day today, guys.
You're fine. You're fine.
I didn't realize you had 11 monkeys last
Yeah,
time.
you hear that, Gary?
Ooh, shots fired. Ooh. That concludes this week's edition. And you know what? We don't have to even remember that. You know, that didn't
Yeah,
happen.
that
He still
didn't
sits at the
happen.
very, very, very close to the top of the whole thing. 11. That's impressive. With that,
I'm losing
You
my
beat
touch,
Scott.
guys. I'm sorry.
Scott just did it a few weeks ago, and he got
Yeah, I
10.
meant to
All right. I'm gonna go buy some monkeys and practice.
Train
And when
up.
I come back, I'm gonna get 12.
There you go.
So that concludes this week's edition of the Barrel of Monkeys World Championship,
Star Wars edition.
Star Wars edition.
There you go. Go for it.
No.
Go for it.
the hell?
Unstable.
Oh yeah, it's because it makes it all. I love it.
Low battery.
Please recharge.
Oh my God, this is so you can like
Oh yeah, so you can be like if you're blocking sabers. Yeah. Oh yeah. There's
when
also
they shoot
a.
at you.
Oh, thank you.
There's also a. Yeah. When the bad guys are shooting, you can block it.
Thanks, Bailey.
There's also a way that I think, if you like, I can't remember. There's something where if you smack and you know when they're like holding together, it's like.
And they go. Yeah,
you can make it do that too. Like it's a very highly detailed thing, and even like I said, these ones are like the kind of the cheaper
Can I see
ones.
that?
Yeah, although the batteries are kind of dead, but yeah, you can take a look.
Because don't they?
Oh yes, they screw together. Yes. No, if you there's like a ring on the bottom, so if you unscrew one of them. Yeah, so that's why. So I should say, I mean, I get whatever. I'll plug SaberMasters. I don't know if I have the link down
You're
below.
so curious.
I'm just like, what's going
Yeah, you know.
on?
So there's.
No.
I should add the link. There's actually a
Don't
code.
you have a video for them?
Yes. Okay. There's a video on my channel. Maybe I'll add the link after this. In fact, I can. There's a link down below because I will add it. We're pre-taping this. There's a link down below. If you use my code, okay, you get a discount, and it also helps out me, helps out the channel. Look at that. Yeah, it makes a saber staff. That's right.
Turn
They
one
literally
on.
go together to
This
make a
one
saber
won't
staff.
turn on, but
yeah,
this
it's
one
dead.
can.
Boom. Yeah, so you can like make a full out Darth Maul. So when you buy from SaberMasters, that the kit comes with two. It's like 2-for-1 deal. It's the SaberMasters 2.0 they call it. You get two sabers, you screw them together to make a staff, and then you can battle your friends.
Ooh,
Terrific.
fancy.
Yeah.
Well, we
Very
know
cool.
what Bailey's gonna do with
Use
his
my
tour
code.
money.
use code Scott Dion Brown to get a deal.
There you go.
I guess it's an ad because I did make some stuff for them. So
There you go.
They better be sponsoring this video.
I mean they are now.
They are now.
They are now. At least my code. So whatever.
Use the code down below.
But yeah, may the force be with you all. Bailey, where can people find you on social media and all that stuff?
They can find me wherever they want to look. It's just Bailey Jordan Neal on all platforms, except for I think I need to go on Twitter. I don't think I have anything on Twitter, so I
I
need
don't
to.
think anyone uses it anymore.
Yeah, real. I just started a Blue Sky account. I haven't posted on it at all yet.
What's Blue Sky?
I think it's the latest thing.
It's like a new Twitter. I don't know. I also don't have Threads yet, so
You're fine.
I'm Instagram is the best place to get updates. Anything I post there also goes to Facebook, but also I have a website. You can just like Google my name, like you'll find stuff.
Awesome. And it's cool because all your upcoming shows are on that website. So we will put that in our description as well.
down below.
Yes, I will send it to you
Website,
right now, Scott.
all of those links, everything is there. Now We Know is available now for your listening pleasure. Add it to your playlist. And again, like I said, post your TikToks with that song in the background.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's quite an emotional song, but it's also very nice and lovely, and it's just use it.
That's what I was going for. Nice listening for this one, and then the next one is more fun. I promise. That's why I'm releasing it into the summer.
It's a summer bop.
Summer banger coming soon.
There you go. There you go. And don't forget to add Bailey to all of your Spotify playlists.
Yeah, get on there. That way, if you add that artist to your playlist, then when you come out with new music, they'll get it, right? That's how it works. There you
They
go.
know
Add Bailey
this.
Jordan Neal to your favorite artists.
There you go.
Do it.
And while you're there, add Scott too.
Yeah, I haven't put out music in a while, but I am planning to.
There you go.
Boom.
Just do it.
Just do it.
Just do it, bro.
That's right. Do it. Do it. Regine, where can people find you?
You all can find me on my Instagram and TikTok at It's Regine Alaina, which is right here. If you're looking for pageant coaching, this very weekend is the regional Canada pageant happening in Sudbury.
Fun.
Best of luck to all the girlies who are competing that I've been working with.
Break your legs, ladies.
Not actually. But if you are looking for pageant coaching, now that has wrapped up, I do have more availability. You can find me on Instagram at pageantcoaching.reginealaina. Link is also down below. Scott,
Yeah.
where can people find you?
You can find me right here where you're watching this very video, youtube.com/Scott Dion Brown. That's the best place. It's where you get, that's where you get my latest video just released. Well, I guess at this point, a couple weeks ago. I Feel Alive from the Minecraft movie. Check
It's
out my
really
cover
good.
version. I'm playing pixelated square instruments, which sound even better than round ones. Who knew? Wow.
Your video actually turned out really good. I'm impressed.
It was honestly.
That sounded really bad. Not actually turned out really
Actually,
good.
it wasn't like it wasn't.
It
wow.
wasn't terrible. No, it was good.
I am quite proud of it.
It was good.
And honestly, it was a lot of work, and it was a lot more work than I thought it was going to be.
It paid off.
Like, I remember on the night I was editing it, I'd started editing it, and then it got pretty late. So I'd edited most of that day, and it was late. And I thought, I wonder if I should just keep going and try to finish it. And I thought, no, this is going to be an all-nighter. And you know what? I have a photo shoot tomorrow morning. I shouldn't be like a zombie for that. So I didn't finish, went to bed, did my shoot all day. And then the following day, I thought, okay, I'm just going to edit all day. And I ended up editing all day and all night again. So I literally finished by 9 or 10 a.m. that next day.
So you didn't sleep?
No.
Oh yeah, because then I messaged you and I'm like, oh, it worked out. He's like, yeah, I'll go to bed now.
Yeah, I basically got to a certain point, and then I uploaded it, and then I think that's when you messaged me like, oh, it's good. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to bed now. Bye.
And I was like, what?
Yeah, so it was just a lot because there's a lot of green screen. There's a lot going on in that video.
If you haven't watched it, watch it after this episode.
Honestly, I'm very happy with it, and I would like people to see it because I did work really hard.
It's really good.
There was the recording part, there was the
Crafting.
mixing, mastering, then there was shooting everything. That's right. Before shooting, I had to build all the props, painting them all. It was just a lot of steps.
Watch it.
So can we get it? Let's get some views on it, just because anyway, I'm pretty happy with it. Check it out. But anyway, youtube.com/Scott Dion Brown, Instagram Scott Dion Brown. You can see I posted a couple pictures on there, and there'll be more to come. X, I'm hardly on there, but yeah, you can follow the show. The Sit Down with SDB on TikTok. The Sit Down with SDB on Insta. Sit Down Scott on X.
We
the
don't
Sit Down
post
with
on there.
Yeah, we probably should.
We know.
I'm gonna post something.
No.
I'll post something. The Sit Down with Scott Dion Brown and Regine Alaina on Facebook, and then you can also find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all that good stuff. Hit like on this video if you're enjoying it, and make sure you follow these two people on social media. Follow
That's
Bailey
right over
on
there.
social media. Bailey, thank you again for being here.
Thanks for having me. Always a pleasure.
This was fun.
We'll see you in some point in the summer.
Yes, and we'll have snacks this time.
Yes.
We'll have snacks.
Yes.
We'll have butter tarts. We'll have.
I'll bring stuff from Newfoundland.
Yeah. This actually was, honestly, we didn't realize it, but you were kind of the perfect guest to have on a Star Wars special episode.
I had a great time.
It's fantastic.
Awesome.
Well, everybody, hit like, hit subscribe, and I'll let you close out the show. If you want,
Use a lightsaber.
Yeah, use a lightsaber, and say your goodbyes, and then you can kind of do something with the lightsaber at the camera, and then that'll be the end of the show. There you go. There you go.
Oh, it's silent though.
Oh, because I think so. The way it works is I think if you hold it down when it's off, and then I think if you let it let it flicker. It's too hard to explain. But anyway, I'll show it to you after. But anyways, everybody, thank you for being here.
We will be live next week.
We'll be live next week. That's right. And thank you
Maybe.
guys. We'll see you next time.
Bailey, take it away.
Take it away.
Whoa.
Say goodbye to the
Different
people.
color.
Bye. Thanks for listening.
Follow him on his journey.
Yeah, subscribe to this podcast as well. They have
Yay.
lightsabers.
We do.
So listen. Yeah, the sound's not working right now. I'm
That's
sorry,
right.
guys.
I'm adding it for you.
Wow.
There you go. All right, bye.
Bye.